How much money is your business making right now? Is that a good business? How you know? Stay tuned to find out. You are watching Civil Media TV.
Remember to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comment below.
First, we have to define what is ROI. ROI, or return on investment, is basically a way to measure how good or well is your business performing. It's a very common financial indicator which measures how many dollars you get from $1 invested. It's expressed in a percentage or a ratio, and it's very straightforward. You just going to divide whatever profits you have divided by the amount of money you invested. If the calculation is so simple, when people fail where they're calculating this, basically you have to remember five little things where you are doing your business plans or you're just starting. Things that you will remember very soon when you find them and you are already running the business. One, transaction cost. Yes, you know your shipping costs in case you're flipping stuff, in case you're importing things, but there's also a cost associated with you selling back or flipping or closing any sales of service or product you sell, and you have to take in consideration these costs when you're preparing your business plans. Transaction costs could include legal fees, permits you will need, or any kind of things you need to close a transaction. Second, time. It's not the same to have the same ROI in different time frames. The sooner you get the same ROI, the better, because money have value over time. It's not the same to have 100% ROI in 1 year than having it in 5 years. One is 5 times better, and you will want better, and you will want your money as soon as possible. Third is taxes. People sometimes forget the taxes, and even if they include the taxes in their original business plans, sometimes they don't investigate deep enough to know that to their business apply a specific type of taxes. Let's say you work in alcohol, you will have special taxes to the alcohol industry. Same for tobacco. For construction is different. For beauty salons is different. Every business is different, and different taxes apply to different businesses. For inflation. Inflation is a cost. Your money worth less next year than this year, and it's because inflation. So if you didn't consider the percentage of inflation of typical of your area, your country, well, it will be a cost for you for next year. And finally, opportunity cost. How much money you will make if you take this amount of money and invest it somewhere else instead of this business you are trying to set. If you think that if you invested in CDs or any other secure way of investment like bonds or high performance savings account, and those type of instruments makes you more money than the business you are trying to set. You're just trying to start. The business is worthless. Financially, it's not a good decision because you will have to put the effort, the time, and the risk to set up a business when you can just put it in a safe account, in a bond or in a CD, and get the same money or even more. So it makes no sense if if your business cannot be at least those instruments, is not worth it. And for me, I will take it even further. If it's not 2 times or 3 times this performance, I will not take the risk because I basically it's passive income if I just open a savings account or a CD or buy bonds or stocks. Stock has some risk, but over time it's proven if you invest in index, let's say S&P 500. the data for that index is available for everybody. And over 10 years, you can expect a very consistent return. Maybe this year will be different from the next year, but over time, you will have a very solid return. So, what is the best ROI, the minimum ROI? That's what everybody wants to know. What is the number? Anthony, give me the number. Well, I can say this. It depends. It depends on which country you are and what other investments you have and what is your opportunity cost. And I mentioned the country because different countries will have different levels of risk. For example, in my Dominican country, my Dominican Republic, CDs in Dominican pesos will pay you tons of money in compare with CDs in the United States, but it's because of the risk you are incurring with the currency depreciation. Back in 2016, the exchange rate was $1 per 44 Dominican pesos. Today, 2019, 3 years later, is 1 to 51, which is 16% depreciation on my currency. That added to the inflation, and well, which is basically 4.2% yearly. It adds all very quickly. So if the bank doesn't pay me at least 11, 10 percent, inflation and depreciation of the currency will leave me with the same amount of money that I originally invested. In countries with a very stable economical situation like the United States, it's different. CDs pay you 2%, 2.5%. Bonds pay you a little bit less than that. And of course, savings account pay you even less. But this because you don't have to be worried that the dollar will end up being 15, 20, or 30% less in 2 years. That's not a concern for Americans. Other thing you have to consider is if you have other investments, what is the average return of those investments? Because if the business you're trying to start is not making you at least the same amount of money that the other businesses or investments, whatever they are, that you already have, why will you invest in this business, in this new adventure, instead of just putting that money in whatever is making you money right now? So bottom line, guys, remember your transaction costs, taxes, time, inflation, and opportunity costs, they all affect how much money you are getting from your business. Don't forget to take them in consideration when you are calculating your profits. And also, in order to know what is the ROI that fits you, because it's different from person to person, just take in consideration what are your options and what amount of money you can get from those options. And if your business, your new adventure does not match those standards, just move to the next business, try something else, or rearrange your business. Unless, of course, you're doing something because it's your passion or because it makes you happy. But we are talking about finance here. So financially, if it doesn't make you money, it's not worth it. So thank you guys. This has been ROI for beginners, and this is Civil Media TV. I hope you like the video. If you find this information valuable, share it with your friends. Comment below whatever you think about this information and whatever you are trying to do right now, what you're trying to accomplish. I would love to hear from you guys and to get to know you. So until the next week, don't forget to share it with your friends, hit the like button, and bye-bye.
This is Civil Media TV. We upload videos every Wednesday, so remember to subscribe, like, and leave your comment below.